Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. I'm going to do a quick video here about what is Gesara because of a development within the governmental structure of the United States of America. And from the very beginning, I've been covering some issues that are some considered, well, conspiracy theories. Put it plainly, they're considered conspiracy theories. Gesara and Nasara is one of them. However, for those who are paying attention, no matter what you wrap it in or how you describe it, a lot of the things that Gesara and the Gesara say are going to occur are occurring. They just put different coats and colors on them, but it still ends up happening. And I'm going to deal with one specifically here, just briefly in this video, and then probably try to throw another video together on the dinar information. But it talks about the following 3 items that must be accomplished straight away. Now, when you listen to me read this, it's from October of 2016. You'll see it sounds pretty outlandish to the average individual. It says the following 3 items must be accomplished straight away. 1, the global and public proclamation of a global jubilee or debt forgiveness. Now that's beginning to happen. And universal reset of planetary Earth, humanity, back to a universal system of common governance and transparent good standing with other member beings of the Galactic Federation. Okay, just stick with me here now. Stick with me. 2. Implementation of Gesara as a universal constitutional framework for global governance in all 209 sovereign nations per the signed 2015 Paris Agreement on Climate Change, starting with the restored Republic of the United States. And then 3. Mass human disclosure of both non-humanoid extraterrestrial life in existence on the surface of this planet and throughout our shared galaxy. Now starting from that platform, it's going to make it very difficult to accept this as potentially accurate or true in some ways. But to cut to the chase for the reasons for this video, it's one of the questions it asks is what might Gesara manifest? It says below are 25 items, specific items, but expect dozens more. Okay, so restore constitutional law in the Republic of the United States of America. We know there's a battle going on for that. I am politically neutral. However, we cannot ignore that fact that there is a battle going on for basically a save the nation battle in the United States of America. It says that it's going to remove all members of Congress due to their continuous unconstitutional actions. Forces the president, vice president, cabinet members, and all members of Congress to leave the office. Now, I don't know what's going on. I think they're wrapping it up, and that may have already happened. But what I do know has been going on over the course of a few years, as we've seen on some films, if you've had your ear to the ground, is DC's been boxed up, boarded up, walled up, buses coming and going. So there's something going there, but that's not the reason for this video. I just want to touch on some of the matters that are conspiracy theories that are kind of like developing. For instance, in some nations this is happening, zeroing out credit card balances and bank debt relief worldwide. Now, who is it? The IMF maybe, or somebody, the UN, one of those global organizations, have proposed forgiving national debt for the underdeveloped nations. But that's just a cover story. But even in the developed nations, some people are noticing that their debts are disappearing. They had one thing going on where there was student loans disappearing. Then another thing going on where they had, if you were military, you had loans disappearing. I mean, so to say it's impossible is not fair. It does talk about something that I talk about often, and this is a gold-backed USN currency, which in my next video we'll probably end up talking about that because I'll cover some information from Bruce. Here's the one I'm going to cover now, though. Number 12. Federal income taxes lies will be abolished, as with the old tax code. New, easier, simpler, and global tax code will be implemented on non-essential items. Essential items such as food and medicine and used items are exempt from sales tax. Federal income taxes will be abolished. Keep that in mind. The IRS, FEMA, and shadow government lobbies will be jailed. Keep that in mind. And then, where is it at? We have a new U.S. Treasury gold-backed currency, which we've talked about before. And lo and behold, excuse me, I got a cat that decided to put herself right in front of me. Thank you, honey. We have this. House Republicans to vote on a bill abolishing the IRS, eliminating income tax. Isn't that interesting? Eliminating income tax. Number 12. Federal income taxes will be abolished. Okay, so now, of course, they can act like it's a battle going on, but as I said before, the narratives are all there. But when you cut to the chase, what really matters is Gesara says income taxes will be abolished, and here are the House Republicans voting to abolish the IRS. We've been talking about a new gold-backed, asset-backed monetary system now for years, and there's been HR, whatever it's called, 9157 maybe, introduced on multiple occasions. I covered it in some of my prior videos of trying to go back to the gold standard that we were taken off of back in the days of, of Theodore Roosevelt or Nixon. I'm not quite sure. But we ain't on it now. I'm sure of that. So there's a vote on abolishing the IRS, part of a deal between Speaker McCarthy and the House Freedom Caucus. We're not going to watch the video. I don't think. Let me see how long it is. 4 minutes? Nah, we're not going to watch all of it. First on Fox, it says, Republicans of the House of Representatives will vote on a bill that will abolish the IRS. Did I hear people celebrating? Eliminate the national income tax and replace it with a national consumption tax. Consumption tax, not eating, but consuming products, and primarily consuming new products. But that says a national consumption tax, right? And if I go back to the Gesara tenets, you will see that right here creates a new 17% flat rate, non-essential, new items only sales tax revenue for the government. Wow. Something else that's been happening. Increased benefits to senior citizens and makes them permanent. Folks, it's all a conspiracy theory. Until it's true. Fox News Digital has learned that the House will be voting on the Georgia Republican Representative Buddy Carter's reintroduced Fair Tax Act that aims to reel in the IRS and remove the national income tax as well as other taxes and replace it with a single consumption tax, 17% perhaps. The vote on the bill was made as part of the deal between the House Speaker, McCarthy, and members of the House Freedom Caucus and was pushed forward in his quest for the gavel last week. Okay, so I don't know what the outcome is or has been. But what I do know, folks, is it's all a conspiracy theory until it's true. But here's the part I like, aka Gary Gensler. Instead of adding 87,000 new agents to weaponize the IRS against small business owners in middle America, this bill will eliminate the need for the department entirely by simplifying the tax code with provisions that work for the American people and encourage growth and innovation, Carter continued. That sounds familiar. Encourage growth and innovation. That sounds like the Ripple case, doesn't it? It certainly does. Moving on. What else can I glean out of this? Specifically, the bill gets rid of the national, personal, and corporate income taxes and abolishes the IRS, which is slated to hire 87,000 new agents unless congressional Republicans can stop it, as well as implement a national sales tax. Wow. We have 50 states, and they want 87,000 more new agents. That's a lot. That's a heck of a lot. Additionally, the bill gets rid of the death, gift, and payroll taxes, and it would replace the current tax code with a national consumption tax, which we've already mentioned. So, this bill illustrates the hardline stance House Republicans are taking with the Biden administration and their policies expanding the federal government, including the new funding for 87,000 IRS positions. That sounds like IRS is going to be messing with us just to stay busy with 87,000 people looking for something to do. Keep in mind that would be 87,000 additional new people. So, folks, that's an interesting development that ties directly to Gesara, and in this case, Nasara with an N, or however you want to say it. You want to say Gesara? You say it however you want. I got it on screen. Gesara, and then put an N there if you want it to be Nasara. But we can see that a lot of these things are occurring. I covered this one in a prior video over a year ago. And we had a big rumor about it when they just pulled the troops out and left billions of dollars of equipment behind. You know, whatever they dress it up to be doesn't matter, but it happened. They did it. So, folks, it's time for us to shift our paradigms, because here's a good reason why, and I'm going to wrap this video up. If you find out that somebody, a person or entity or whatever, has consistently and persistently and relentlessly lied to you about this and about that and about the other thing, at what point do you stop believing what they say? At what point do you question everything that you thought you knew? Well, it's no secret, folks, that we've been lied to. And when I say we, I've crossed the borders of the United States of America. We've been lied to by the governmental powers that be. And if you're a Christian like me, you know that it says we are at war with those powers in a sense. Don't get it twisted. We also are respectful and subjective to the laws, as long as the laws don't violate God's laws. But Paul wrote, you know, we're at war with the wicked spirit forces in heavenly places, and it also included the governments. They've been lying to us because their father, the ruler of the world, Satan, is the one behind it. He's the father of the lie. So, as much as it may be difficult for someone to understand that this just might be true, it might not be a conspiracy theory. Well, another piece of that puzzle has come down for review. Published January 10th of this year. That's yesterday. That's all I got on this one. I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. And I've talked about this. Have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.